just tell me what happened to 5 of your 6 children.
Yeah, so I was prescribed sodium valproate to control epilepsy. I obviously asked questions about the risk. I was always told it was safe to take. I listened to midwives, to the neurologists, and that's what I done. Every pregnancy I asked the same questions, and it was the case that it was safe, and I done that every pregnancy. As the children were born, started noticing that they weren't developing. There was always something not quite right. And then I saw Janet on the news, and she was...
Really? So you started clicking that something wasn't right because you saw Janet on the news. Janet, tell me about your experience with your 2 boys.
Well, I've got 2 sons in their 30s now, and I started on the drug in about 83. At the time, there was no warnings on the boxes or patient information leaflets, and there was nothing. So we had no idea at all that this could do so much damage. And it wasn't until after my 2nd pregnancy, both the children had been to NICU and had gone through withdrawal. And it wasn't until we were sent to see a geneticist that we had it explained to us that it was a drug that caused the damage.
I'm just going to whiz round to Christian. Emma is your constituent. Were you made aware of this as her MP because Emma got in touch with you?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it was already a nerve-wracking day for me because it was the day I actually did my maiden speech. But I met these 2 fantastic campaigners and powerful women in their own right to hear their story and to actually start to get a bit of an understanding. I'd never even heard of sodium valproate before. Yeah. So to then get an understanding that this is still going on now because the warnings still aren't going on medication, and 20,000 babies so far is a national scandal. I mean, 1 could be a mistake, but 20,000. And so, on the back of that, I mean, these 2 had been blacklisted by the Department for Health.
What?
Yep, there was an email saying that under no circumstances should ministers meet the campaigners on the issue. So from that, you just start asking the questions as to why don't they want to take this seriously? There's still no redress scheme coming forward like there was for thalidomide. There's so many different questions, but we do now have a meeting later this month. But again, that's the starting of the process.
The 3 of you have a meeting with ministers?
With Maria Caulfield, yes.
So with the health minister later this month. Oh, I'd love to talk to you all after that.
Yeah.
But that's thanks to going to see your MP and working with an MP that you've secured a meeting now.
Yeah.
What do you want at that meeting? What do you want to happen, Emma?
We want the government to listen because the government knew at licensing this damage would cause to thousands of babies. This is not an issue for the NHS, which is what they keep saying. The government knew at licensing this would happen, and they need to address this.
What do you want to happen? What are you campaigning for, Janet?
Well, now we're campaigning for compensation. We got the pregnancy prevention programme in place in 2018, although it still isn't being used as it should at the moment. So now, first and foremost, these children need some sort of compensation, some sort of care plan where they can be taken care of for the rest of their life, because once the parents have gone, who then takes care of them?
Right.